right, so are you thinking about getting the new iPhone 16 Pro Max?
Yeah.
We're diving deep into Reddit and some tech articles to see if it's actually worth the upgrade or if you should just save your money.
Yeah, what's interesting is how many people are returning their 16 Pro Maxes.
Really?
Saying the difference from the 14 Pro and even the 13 Pro
Wow.
is barely even noticeable.
That's pretty wild. Some people on Reddit are even saying that just getting a new case
Oh, yeah.
and updating your iOS is enough to give you that new phone feeling
Coda.
without spending like $1,000 or more.
Yeah, one Redditor actually returned their 16 Pro.
Oh,
Went
wow.
back to the 14 Pro Max and put all that money into savings.
Smart.
Which financially is genius.
For sure.
But are they missing out on having the latest tech?
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it?
Exactly.
Especially when you think about how much these things cost.
Yeah, well, Tech Radar broke it down, and it looks like there's no price hikes in the US or the UK.
Okay.
And some models are actually even cheaper in Australia.
Really?
But Tom's Guide says the 16 Pro should stay at $999.
So no big surprises there.
Right.
But here's what I found interesting.
What's that?
TD Cowen reports that the iPhone 16 models
Okay.
are actually more expensive to make than the 15s.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, the camera module and memory saw the biggest price jumps.
I see.
So is Apple just absorbing these costs, or are they cutting into their margins?
That's a good question. Does that make the 16 Pro Max like a better value then?
Right.
Or is it just more expensive for them to make?
Yeah, it all comes down to the value for you, the listener. Like,
Yeah.
what are you actually getting for your money?
Yeah, because some people on Reddit were saying that Apple Intelligence is the only reason to upgrade from a 14 Pro.
That's a pretty bold statement.
It is.
I mean, Apple Intelligence does have huge potential.
Sure.
But it's still super early.
Yeah.
You know, it's always a gamble to buy hardware based on software that's been promised.
Especially since they haven't even fully rolled it out yet.
Exactly.
So some people are excited about it, but they're also cautious.
Right.
And then others are like, nah, I don't trust AI at all.
Yeah. I think it's smart to focus on what the phone can do now, not what it might be able to do later.
Yeah, that's fair.
And let's not forget about those upgrades you can actually see and feel.
Yeah, for sure.
Like a brighter screen, better speakers, the lighter titanium build.
And the Pro model has that slightly larger screen.
Yeah.
I saw one Redditor was talking about how fast the Face ID is on the 16 Pro Max.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were saying it's shockingly fast.
That's cool. I mean, those are all really nice perks.
Yeah.
But do they justify spending that much money?
Right.
It really depends how much you value those small upgrades.
All right, let's talk about the camera,
Okay.
because that's a big one.
Yeah.
Some Redditors are saying that the 16 Pro Max camera is way better.
Uh-huh.
Other people are wondering if it's even that much of a difference from the 13 Pro or the 14 Pro.
Right. Well, we're seeing things like enhanced tone mapping and the ability to modify the depth of field after you've taken the picture.
I see.
And that 5x optical zoom is a nice new feature.
Okay, but the reviews seem mixed.
Yeah.
Some people say the picture quality is like noticeably better.
Right.
Others are like, it's not really a revolutionary upgrade.
Yeah.
What do the specs say?
Well, on paper, they look impressive. But, you know, specs don't always tell the whole story.
True.
For the average person, the difference might not be that big.
Yeah.
But for professionals, those small differences could be a game changer.
So it really depends what you're using the camera for.
Exactly.
Speaking of personal preferences, let's talk about USB-C.
Okay.
Because some Redditors are so excited about it. And other people are like, I don't really care.
It's all about perspective, right?
Hmm?
Not having to deal with all those different cables can be a big deal for some people.
Yeah.
Especially if you have a lot of devices.
But with wireless charging becoming so popular,
Right.
how often are you even plugging in your phone these days?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It might be a bigger deal for people who don't use wireless charging,
Sure.
or if you travel a lot and you need to pack light.
Yeah, that makes sense. It really comes down to what's important to you,
Right.
right?
Right.
Some people are willing to pay extra just for the convenience of USB-C,
Yeah.
while other people don't mind sticking with the lightning cables.
It's kind of like choosing between a gas car and an electric car.
Oh, I like that.
They both get you where you need to go, but the experience is different.
Yeah, for sure. And the price.
And the price.
Okay, let's talk about another feature that's been getting a lot of attention.
Okay.
The new capture button.
Yeah.
Some people are loving it.
Mm-hmm.
Other people are like, why do we even need a separate button to take pictures?
It's funny how such a small change can cause so much debate online.
I know, right?
I think it's appealing because it feels more like a real camera.
Yeah.
You know, you press it and
You get that click.
you get that click, exactly.
But we've been tapping our screens to take pictures forever.
Right.
Is this just like a nostalgia thing?
Maybe.
Or does it actually make the phone easier to use?
I think it definitely makes it better for some people.
Okay.
Especially people who are used to cameras with actual buttons.
Yeah.
And it's also good for accessibility
Well, that's true.
for people who have trouble using a touch screen.
Yeah. A dedicated button could be really helpful for them.
Exactly. It makes the phone more inclusive.
Yeah, that's a great point.
So more people can use it easily.
Speaking of inclusivity, let's talk about the size of this phone.
Okay.
Because the Pro Max is massive.
It is.
Some people love the big screen,
Mm-hmm.
but other people are getting tired of these giant phones.
I get it. Phones have been getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And at some point, it's just too much to hold comfortably.
Right. Especially if you're trying to use it with one hand.
Yeah, exactly.
It seems like maybe Apple's listening, though.
Oh, really?
Because the regular Pro model got a slightly bigger screen this year.
Interesting.
So maybe they're trying to find a good balance between screen size and, like, how easy it is to hold.
Yeah, finding that sweet spot.
Yeah.
People want a big screen,
Right.
but they don't want a phone that feels like a brick.
Exactly. Okay. We've talked about features. We've talked about design.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about the price.
Okay.
The iPhone 16 Pro Max is a really powerful phone,
It is.
but it's also really expensive.
Yeah.
Are we just paying for the Apple logo,
Right.
or is there actually that much value packed into this thing?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no denying that Apple products are expensive,
For sure.
but they're also known for being high quality. They
Yeah.
work really well, and they're easy to use.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are willing to pay more for that.
And you can't forget about resale value.
Oh, that's true.
iPhones tend to hold their value better than other phones.
Yeah.
So if you upgrade every couple of years, that's something to consider.
Yeah, it's kind of like buying a luxury car
Oh, yeah.
versus a cheaper car.
Okay.
You pay more up front,
Yeah.
but you get more money back when you sell it.
So the price isn't just about the brand name.
Right.
It's about the whole package.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, it's up to each person to decide if it's worth it for them.
Yeah.
You know what's important to them and what their budget is.
Are you the type of person who has to have the latest tech,
Right.
no matter the cost?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you more practical?
Yeah.
And you just want a phone that works well and fits your budget?
Yeah, we're not here to tell you what to do.
Nope.
We're just giving you the info so you can make your own decision.
Exactly.
Oh. Okay, let's go back to Apple Intelligence for a minute.
All right.
Because it's been this mysterious thing throughout our whole discussion.
Yeah.
It has so much potential,
It does.
but it's also still kind of a question mark.
Yeah, it's the wild card in all of this.
Yeah.
It could change everything about the iPhone 16.
But we're just waiting for Apple to actually deliver on what they've promised.
Exactly.
So it makes you wonder,
What's that?
when we buy the iPhone 16 Pro Max, are we buying into this future vision? Or are we buying the features it has right now?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
We're betting on Apple to make this AI future happen.
It's a gamble.
It is.
So is it worth it?
That's the big question, right?
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about all the upgrades,
Mm.
the price, and the manufacturing costs, even Apple Intelligence.
Right. But it comes down to you.
Yeah.
Does it make sense for you?
For your needs and what you want out of a phone.
Exactly.
And from what we've seen on Reddit,
Mm-hmm.
there's no easy answer.
Yeah, some people are all about that upgrade life.
Yeah.
Others are happy with what they've got.
And that's totally fine.
Exactly. There's something out there for everyone.
Yeah.
Just gotta do your research and make the choice that feels right for you.
Okay, so let's zoom out for a second.
Okay.
The 16 Pro Max is a beast of a phone.
It is
No question.
powerful.
But it's also a product of right now.
That's true. Technology is always changing.
Yeah, what's amazing today
Right.
might be old news tomorrow.
Happens all the time.
Remember flip phones?
Yeah.
Or when 1 GB of storage seemed like a ton?
Crazy, right?
Technology moves so fast.
Yeah.
And the iPhone is no different.
Nope.
Apple's always pushing the limits.
Always.
New features, new designs, new possibilities.
So think about where you fit in.
Yeah.
Are you the type who needs to have the latest and greatest?
Always got to be on the bleeding edge.
Right. Or are you more comfortable with something that just works?
Gets the job done.
Exactly. No wrong answer.
It's all about finding that balance.
For sure.
What works for you, your budget, your tech philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
But here's something to think about.
Okay.
What if the real cost of the iPhone 16 Pro Max isn't just about the money?
Ooh.
What if it's about missing out on what's next?
Interesting way to look at it.
Are we so focused on the hardware
Right.
that we're missing this software revolution?
Yeah. Apple Intelligence is just the beginning.
AI could change everything.
Absolutely.
How we use our phones, how we live our lives. Imagine a phone that knows what you need before you even ask.
And it just works seamlessly with your life.
Yeah, and empowers you in ways we can't even imagine yet.
That's the potential of AI.
Still early days.
Yeah,
But it's exciting.
it is.
So as you're thinking about the 16 Pro Max,
Yeah.
keep that in mind.
Mhm.
The cost isn't just about the price tag.
Right.
It's about the
The
possibilities.
things we might gain or lose.
Exactly. Stay curious, stay informed,
Yeah.
and keep exploring the world of tech.
Always evolving.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Catch you next time.